So that's it. So Brandon, what else did you want to say? I just wanted to clarify because listen, I talk to home inspectors every
Mhm.
day and I get this, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do that. You can't get it. You know, everybody you can't. I'm a can. How can we do it?
Yeah.
So other things.
No, I mean, if I see you've got a couple tabs open there. If you wanted to kind of
Hmm.
go through those, and we can kind of discuss how it looks.
Okay.
It's something Beth and I have kind of been working on for, I don't know, a month and a half maybe or so. When we kind of picked the conversation back up from several years ago. But
I I do want to say one thing.
yeah.
When we started this way back when, it was really providing the vendors to our clients, But with Brandon and I talking, we said, well, we don't have to just have vendors for clients who need repairs done on their home. Let's just talk about others in the community, doctors or dentists or pediatricians or, chiropractors or whomever. Because when somebody moves to an area, they know no one like you and I. I mean, we've been here a year this month in just a few days. And we just found out a local chiropractor we're going to check out from our next door neighbor. So it'd be nice to know these things when you move here so you can get going on it. So it doesn't have to just be vendors for home inspections,
And a
repair.
lot of home inspectors are introverted too, and what happens, they don't necessarily want to have to get out and go to these cocktail parties. They don't want to go to the Chamber of Commerce events, this, that, and the other, but they're very good talking to people one-on-one. And really,
Mhm.
when you're talking to the business owner of another local service, it's a one-on-one conversation, and most of our inspectors are completely comfortable with that. But that conversation is going to have to happen. So I love the idea of expanding it to other service providers in the local community, not just ones that provide services that home buyer might need. Although that's extremely valuable, but the other services are as well. I mean, I have searched and searched and searched. I have some specialty health issues, and I had to search everywhere for doctors high and low here and screen the heck out of them. And if somebody had just said, wow, here's a good doc, I could have gotten a lead there and talked to him and
Yeah.
moved on to the next doc or whatever, but that would have been very helpful. Let me open this up. This is what Brandon's looks like. This is Sarah talking with somebody here. Brandon's wife is on the left here,
Yeah.
Miss Sarah. So what he's got is he's got a variety of different ones. And Beth, you can tell me which ones have the cool videos. And I know you guys are working on all of these now. The one that has a little one beside it does.
No, the ones that just have a company name. So if
Okay,
it
so
says
does this
recommended,
first one, carpet cleaning, have one?
no, it says recommended business. So it's one that's got a
Yeah.
like Advantage Chimney, White Rose Cleaning, actual
Advantage
company names.
chimney. Okay. So I don't, where do you see that? I mean,
Click
okay, you're
on the,
seeing their name.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, their
So
name.
Advantage chimney. I'm looking under this category. I'm sorry. So right here is one of them that has it. Let's just click on and see what it is. Um, okay. So what happens is Advantage chimney services or services, you have content here about the vendor. I see that. And so, Brandon, was this something that you guys got from the vendor, or did you have to get it yourself?
Let let me take this real quick, Brandon. Okay,
Yeah.
so Brandon gave us a spreadsheet of vendors he wanted on his page. He
Okay.
had a few on there, but they were not, built out or optimized. So he gave us a spreadsheet of about, I don't know, 25 give or take vendors.
Mhm.
And he gave us like the name and maybe contact, phone number, website, whatever. He gave us some information. And then Jaron, who's on our call with us, Jaron is the one who has actually built these out, and he's learned how to do it, and he's done a very good job with it. But
Go,
what he's done
Jaron.
is he's optimized. We said we want, content, we want branded images, we want video, and uploaded to YouTube. So he has taken Brandon's
Okay.
information of the vendors he wants on here and built these pages out. And these pages are optimized. They're the videos are optimized. They're on YouTube. I mean, these will really start showing up in the search. In June was when we started building these out. I mean, I think really and truly, Jaron just got finished. Maybe I guess he's still working on some, but just the last few weeks he's finished up the list. But these are really starting to show up already in the search.
So let's say this before we go any further, because our goal really isn't for these to show up in the search engine, just anybody start looking. I mean, if that's a latent benefit. Okay, but the big benefit is when Brandon is driving traffic and his inspectors are driving traffic to these pages when people ask him about it. That's
Most
where they'll get
definitely.
the most leads. Should they be optimized? Of course they will. But the fact of the matter is the lead generation or the traffic source is going to be when you're at the inspection and people are asking you. Okay,
Mhm.
so what happens is this, and we have some other ideas about how to even make this work better to drive more traffic to the vendors. So really what happens is if you have a list now and it's on paper, you're just telling people, what happens is you can talk to the vendor and you can say, hey, you know, we've been giving you these leads. Have you been getting them? Yeah, yeah, yeah. People say that you referred us over. Good. Well, here's a systematic way in which we can help you get more leads. What do you think about that? Could you use more leads? Because if some people can't, I mean, we got plumbers here, they'll tell you it's 3 weeks before they can get out there. Obviously, they don't need more leads. But if the person does need leads and they provide great service and your customers are happy with them, then I would have the conversation with them. This is a way for us to get more leads. But for us to be able to give more leads to you, the thing we want from you is the opportunity for you to promote us as well so that we can get leads from you because we need leads as well. I mean, there is no small business, no any business in America. Leads are the mother's milk of marketing or of your
Mhm.
business, cash flow. You know, you got to have leads. So the real deal is here, yeah, the pages are optimized and they're going to show up in the internet, and that's all great. But the real traffic generator here is the home inspector. Now, I don't know about the pages for physicians. I'm sure that'll be the same way because Brandon says, hey, we got a list of docs or chiropractors or whatever
Mhm.
his team does. So this looks like what they do here, the services that they're offering. Okay, so that's all good. And then before and afters. I really like that. I mean, before and afters are a big thing. Okay, so where did we get these photos?
From their website.
Okay, cool, cool. I mean, these look nice. I mean, really nice.
Mhm.
One of the things that in building this out, one of the things that we wanted to do is take information from Brandon's vendor website and put it on Brandon's page so that they did not have to leave Brandon's page to go to the vendor's page to learn more. They could do everything they needed to do right here, which meant time on page for Brandon's website. So that was one of the big things. The videos also, they can watch a video right on the actual page without going to YouTube. But if they go to YouTube, it gives Brandon's YouTube channel a bump, which is really nice.
So you think
And the
about this
YouTube,
really, what Beth is talking about, if you don't know this, because she talks it every day, but these are ranking factors, how Google generates trust in your website. Okay, and so what happens is the more trust they have, the higher trust score you get. Higher trust score you get, the more often you show up at the top of the search engines. Okay, so what she's really telling you is time on page is a ranking factor. And so the more time a person comes here, a unique visitor, first time visitor, which we call a unique visitor, comes and spends time on here. But what other things are Google looking for? Do they go to other pages within your website? Okay, and so what happens is, let's say Brandon has got somebody with a chimney problem and they have a problem in 2 or 3 other places. So they click on one of the other ones. So they back browser here and they go to the other one. So what does that tell Google? Not only did they come to the page and they stayed on it, they were a unique visitor, but they were so interested in Brandon's website, they went in depth and looked at other pages. Okay, and so they can watch a YouTube video, or if they go to YouTube from there, then you get credit for both your website and for your YouTube channel. So why do we care? Because it builds trust, and trust with Google allows you to rise to the top of the search engines. Think about this. This is what Google does. Google says you've made a query. We call them keyword searches. Okay, so what they do is Google says, I have to deliver the best results from the internet based on our algorithm to match what the searcher is looking for. Otherwise, they'll go someplace like DuckDuckGo or wherever.
Mhm.
Okay. So Google brings you the 13 best results that they have in their database. And a big factor is how well that they trust your website. So this is when we call bounce rate. This is a problem. You get Google serves up your website. Somebody looks at it and within 2 or 3 seconds, they back browser it. Okay. So Google said, ooh, after a few times, I'm not serving that up because the customers clearly weren't interested in it. So what does your trust factor do? It drops through the toilet. Okay, so you don't want this. So there is nothing wrong here. There is everything perfectly right here. Okay, so you're building up tremendous trust by having this. The other thing, look at these photos. Okay, if you're a consumer, what does this say to you? Does this build trust with you? Is this social proof, if you will, that somebody's done a great job? I mean, look at that chimney cap on the left-hand side and look at the neat job on the right. I
Yeah,
mean, that's it. Or look at the chimney cap that's concrete over here on the right and the one on the left. My God, I mean, it looks completely different. But the customer would never know this because they're not going to get on the roof. So
right.
here's social proof right here of what happens. Now, I'll tell you, there's some other things I'd like to add to this too. Let's just keep looking for a minute. And this is an open mic, so please jump on in. Anybody that wants to say anything. I mean, this is horrible, and we see it quite a bit. This is beautiful. That's that. Okay, so we got a YouTube video, and the YouTube video is about the vendor.
Meet your friendly neighborhood chimney experts at Advantage
Yeah.
Chimney Service.
I'm going to just mute it because I'm not set up for it. So here's a little bit about it, a video about it. And it looks like it's a 35-second video. Okay, chimney sweep is what we see mostly. Certainly Beth and I have seen this a million times at our own home. Okay, so it's a YouTube video about the vendor. That's great. Okay, got the vendor's number here. Okay, look at one of the things that Brandon's got on his website right here. His 5-star reviews have followed him. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. Okay, so here's a request for referral. This is call to action. Refer to Elite Idaho Elite Inspections. So that's a real good thing right there. Okay,